Morning. I thought I'd do a video on about neurodivergent life, and is society ready for it yet? And in my opinion, it's not. It's not ready for neurodivergent life yet. The understanding, I find, isn't there, and the way that we need things isn't there yet. It's definitely better than when I first started a journey into neurodivergent life about, how long ago was it? I think it was 13 years ago when I first started, finding out about it, because one of my kids was assessed and then diagnosed autistic, and it was very unexpected. It suddenly explained like loads, because neurodivergent often aren't the same as other people, in the way things are managed and communication and everything like that. And I knew there was something. I always knew I was different, but I didn't know that's what it was. So like 13 years ago, it wasn't as common as it is now. It's a lot more common now, and there's hardly any families I find now that haven't got a neurodivergent in it, or no family with a neurodivergent. I find it's very uncommon to meet someone who's not touched by this way of being. So it's definitely increased. I mean, some people say that they think that it's not increased, it's just that we recognize it better now. I think it's a combination of both. These, it's just like all these videos and everything I say in here is my opinion, so I can be wrong. I think it's a combination of both. I think it is recognised, but I also think there is more. That's just my opinion, because of the amount of people setting up support for parents to understand and manage children who aren't like the other ones in school. And I don't think there was the odd few who wasn't the same. And if you look past in history, when you look back, they weren't assessed and diagnosed, but so many people you think, I wonder if they were autistic, because say like Alan Turing, I'm only guessing, then the things that for him, I'm thinking, okay, maybe. When I watched it, I thought, oh gosh, he's got a lot of traits of someone neurodivergent. I was thinking that. So, I think it's a combination. I think there is more, personally. That's my opinion. And that's why I think schools and places can't cope with it, because it's not just the odd child, odd child now, here and there. It's like there's loads. There's a really big influx. So at the moment, I would call this is all my opinion, okay, the dark ages of neurodivergent, because society isn't up to speed. Just like anything, I think it probably takes a while for society's brain shift to understand that this isn't going away. This can't be fixed. Like being neurodivergent, is my opinion, like everything on here is my opinion, is a way of being and a way of life, and to accommodate, it will have to be accommodated. There's going to be no choice but for it to be accommodated. I find it difficult where you find that some of the support is sort of trying to change a neurodivergent into a more mainstream type of life, a neurotypical kind of life, and I can't find it's going to work either, because we need to be true to ourselves, probably just like other people need to be true to yourself. You need to be true, and particularly it's a really strong vein within a neurodivergent to be genuine, organic. So being pushed into a way of living that doesn't work for them is going to be really, really stressful and upsetting and bad for the mental health, which we all know we've had a hard time of it coming up to this age, trying to live in society where it's not ready yet to accommodate. But if you look, it's so much more widespread everywhere. Like quiet hours in supermarkets and support groups that go out and socialize together. There is so many people on here on YouTube who are talking about their experiences and how they live, and so as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion, there will be no choice soon where society will have to make room for a neurodivergent society and accommodate that, because what we're getting at the moment is a lot of repercussions from not being heard within school systems, and I think a lot of us are suffering after school from trauma and mental health issues because of not being heard and not being taken seriously, that the things that bother and upset us are very, very real and not made up. They can't be changed, and we need a support that hasn't been there. I do hear good stories of schools accommodating, so when before I hardly heard that. So like I say, but it's a real shame in the meantime that people are their needs aren't being met and are suffering. So society, I think, isn't ready yet, but it will have to. That's my opinion. There's going to be no choice, and it will get better, but not in time for some of us who've lived a life and never knew who we were until later diagnosis, like myself at 42, and having to have counselling and do certain things for myself to try and heal myself from not being understood growing up, and made to feel like I was some bad person, or why do you feel like that, or inadequate because you know what I mean? Sorry if this is triggering, get upset. So, but luckily there's so much more information on the internet and things like that where we can try and educate everybody. I think that's the way forward for us neurodivergent, is to try and not make society kind of like sick of us by maybe shoving it down the throat, although I do feel like we really do need to put it out there a lot, because we need it to change, and if it could change faster, that would be really good, because there's people who are suffering in the meantime. So I don't think society is ready yet, but we can help educate and keep talking about it, keep having the conversation, help make this a better world for us, because it should be, because I think we're awesome. I might be biased. Take care. Bye.